that done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's get it. Shut down. Motion. Check. Line up.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And a good quarterback Facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From just shy of midfield, Watson forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Texans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Make these babies cry all the way back. Motion, motion, pump, 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 pump. Pump, pump, pump. 58's the money. 58.
Out of the gun, Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Motion, motion, motion. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
On 3, on 3. Motion, motion, motion.
Now Watson operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a
Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley, 69 yards. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Well, they had done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach that it's a 4-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us. It gets trite for the fans. But this is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now it's gone. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey. We got three. Three down.
Watson now. Going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun. Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Another try after the first down sack. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards. Watson on first down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Samson Abukum gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. After the sack on first down, Watson, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by John Johnson, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with it. And got his man complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Going up top for Kupp. And this will be caught at the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Goff. Flush to his right. this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett.